Hello and welcome to Electro Nerds Academy. In this video, we'll be driving a bipolar stepper motor using an Arduino. Building on the operating principles of stepper motors discussed in our previous video, you can use any dual-channel motor driver to control a stepper motor. For this video, we'll be using the L298 module. A quick note, with the L298, you can only drive a single stepper motor. If you need to control multiple stepper motors, it's better to use a dedicated driver like the A4988. The stepper motor we'll be using is the NEMA 17 stepper motor, which looks like this. NEMA stands for the National Electrical Manufacturers Association, an organization that defines standard sizes for motors like NEMA 17 or NEMA 23. The 17 in NEMA 17 refers to the size of the motor's faceplate, which is 1.7 inches wide. Similarly, a NEMA 23 motor has a 2.3-inch faceplate. In this project, we'll be working with a 12-volt NEMA 17 bipolar stepper motor. This motor has a step size of 1.8 degrees, meaning it takes about 200 steps to complete one full revolution, 360 degrees. Before connecting the motor to the module, we need to identify the coil pairs of the stepper motor. The best method for this is to check the motor's datasheet. However, if you don't have access to the datasheet, there's a simple trick you can use with a multimeter. Set the multimeter to measure resistance and test pairs of wires from the motor. If you measure a very high resistance, in the mega ohm range, the two wires are from different coils. If the resistance is low, typically under 100 ohms, you've found the two ends of a winding. The remaining two wires will form the second coil. Once you've identified the coil pairs, it's time to connect the motor to the L298N module. First, connect your 12-volt power supply to the VS pin on the module. Then supply 5 volts to the logic circuitry of the L298N. Since we're using the onboard 5 volts regulator to derive 5 volts from the motor power supply, leave the 5-volt EN jumper in place. Both the ENA and ENB jumpers should also remain in place since we're not using PWM to control the speed of the motor in this example. Keeping the jumpers in place ensures that the motor drivers are always enabled. If you're curious to learn more about the L298 motor driver, we also have a detailed video on that topic. Next, connect the input pins, IN1, IN2, IN3, and IN4 of the L298N module to 4 digital output pins on the Arduino, pins 8, 9, 10, and 11 in our case. Finally, connect one coil of the motor to terminal A, out 1 and out 2, and the other coil to terminal B, out 3 and out 4. The polarity of the connections doesn't matter, so you don't need to worry about the orientation of the wires. In this demonstration, we'll be using the full-stepping drive technique. While we won't delve deeply into the full-step method here, since it was covered in detail in a previous video, we'll focus on the truth table for the stepper motor's coil sequence against the input pin states. In this truth table, 1 represents high, energized, and 0 represents low, de-energized. First, both coils are energized with a specific polarity by supplying a high signal to both IN1 and IN3 and a low signal to IN2 and IN4. Then we reverse the polarity of coil B, while the polarity of coil A remains the same by sending a high signal to IN1 and IN4 and a low signal to both IN2 and IN3. Next, the polarity of coil A is reversed, while coil B remains energized with opposite polarity by sending a high signal to IN2 and IN4 and a low signal to both IN1 and IN3. Finally, the polarity of coil B is reversed again so that it attains its initial polarity, while the polarity of coil A remains reversed. Repeating these 4 steps over and over again will make the rotor rotate. If these steps are supplied rapidly, the motor's speed increases. Also, the sequence of these steps determines the spinning direction of the motor. If we start from the 4th step, then go to the 3rd, 2nd, and finally the 1st step, the motor's direction of rotation will change. If you have any trouble understanding this, please watch our previous video about the working of the stepper motor. Now let's move on to programming our Arduino to control the stepper motor. We could manually energize each coil by writing separate digital write statements. But thanks to the Arduino community, the complexity of driving a stepper motor has been simplified by the built-in library called Stepper.h. This is a small library with only a couple of functions and uses the full-step driving technique. First, we include the library using the #include statement, followed by the name of the library. Stepper.h. Next, we create an object of this library by writing the library name followed by the object name, which can be anything. In this example, we'll name our object myStepper. After that, we call the constructor of the library, which takes 5 parameters. The first parameter is the number of steps in one revolution of your motor, which in our case is 200. The next 4 parameters are the Arduino pin numbers connected to control the motor. The first 2 are for the control input pins of the first coil, IN1 and IN2, and the last 2 are for the control input pins of the second coil, IN3 and IN4. In the setup function, we use the setSpeed function to set the motor's speed, which is measured in revolutions per minute, RPM. In this case, we'll set the speed to 60 RPM. Then, in the loop function, we first rotate the motor 1 complete revolution in one direction. After a short delay, we rotate the motor 1 complete revolution in the opposite direction. To do this, we use the step function from the library. The step function turns the motor by a specific number of steps, with the speed determined by the most recent call to set speed. It's important to note that this function is blocking, meaning it will wait until the motor finishes moving before proceeding to the next line in the code. For example, if you set the speed to 1 RPM and called step 200 for a 200-step motor, the function would take a full minute to complete, and during this time, the program won't do anything else. Since we want to rotate the motor by 1 complete revolution, we pass the total number of steps, 200, into the step function. This will rotate the motor a full revolution. Afterward, we add a small delay of 500 milliseconds, and then we rotate the motor in the reverse direction by passing negative 200 steps as the parameter. We add another delay, and that's it. Upload this code to your Arduino, and you'll see the motor rotate fully in one direction, pause briefly, and then rotate fully in the opposite direction. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. We hope you found it helpful. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.